Close to the Iranian courts say a mother of two could be hanged within hours. Human rights activists in Europe have launched a last-ditch effort to save this woman. You see her picture behind me. Bahram Soroush is a member of Iran Solidarity UK, an organization that's been at the forefront of efforts to stop the execution. He joins me now from our London studio. First of all, Bahram, what is the latest you hear about the Iranian government's plan to execute her?
Well, the latest is that the Iranian authorities in Tehran, the judicial authorities, this is according to information received by the International Committee Against Stoning, that they have given the go-ahead to the officials in the prison in Tabriz, the city in northwest Iran, to go ahead with the execution of Sakineh. And that is the information which we have, and that is the worry and the anxiety that we are, that's been caused.
Okay. Is there any hope to save her?
There is. I mean, just imagine a few months ago, she was a woman unknown to anyone in the world, and she very probably could have been stoned to death without anyone hearing about it. But thanks to the campaign and the support by millions of people throughout the world, she's still alive, and the government in Iran has backed down from the initial sentence of stoning her to death. So we want to carry on the fight to make sure she is freed, because she's innocent, she hasn't done anything, and it's just that the regime in Iran is framing her now. They're trying to pin a charge of murder on her, which has never existed in her case. She was sentenced to die by stoning, and because that is the fixed penalty for adultery, which is illegal under this barbaric regime in Iran.
Okay, so that's what you're fighting. Are you fighting against the law itself, or are you fighting for this particular case, saying that women shouldn't be stoned if they are found guilty of adultery?
Well, against both. Our immediate concern is for the safety of Sakineh. We want to get her out of prison, and also we should remember that her son has also been put into jail. Her lawyer is now in jail, and two German journalists who were trying to interview her lawyer and her son, they are now in jail as well. So you can imagine what is going to happen to her. So our immediate concern is to get Sakineh out of prison, and all those others who are in prison. But in the long run, we want to make sure that all those other women and men who are on death row in Iran, under such barbaric sentences, that they are freed. And it is in the penal code of the Islamic Republic in Iran that if you commit extramarital relations, which nowhere in the world is a crime, then you are going to be stoned to death. And this is what we are protesting against as well.
Have a lot of women and men been stoned to death for such crimes?
Well, according to the information we have, and which we have compiled in a dossier, over 150 cases of known cases of the majority of them women in the past 3 decades have been stoned to death in Iran. And right now, between 10 to 15 people are under sentence of stoning to death by stoning at the moment.
Do you think that Iran will go ahead with this execution?
Well, we hope not. We are really concerned. That is part of our effort. We have appealed to people of the world, to organizations, especially to the European governments, the Canadian government, everywhere, to exert diplomatic pressure, strong protest against the government in Iran. And I think that is the most effective way now, in the few hours remaining, for the governments of the world to say that this is unacceptable. And I think this is the only way we can save her.
All right, we'll leave it there. Bahram Soroush in London, thank you.
Thank you.